Do you optimize your code? You must be, after making your program works. Some advantages of optimized code are: execution rate becomes faster. Memory handling becomes more efficient. The code becomes easy to maintain. Now, let's begin. In your Python editor, test the execution time of element by element multiplication of two lists, using range, enumerate, and zip. The number of elements on each list is 500,000. The two lists are list A and list B. The start time and end time of different approaches, in multiplying the two lists, are obtained using the time module. The first approach is using range. The second approach is using enumerate. The third approach is using zip. After running the script, the execution time of range is 81 milliseconds. Enumerate is 72 milliseconds. And zip is 47 milliseconds, which is the fastest. In the last approach, zip is chosen because it is the fastest among the three. This is to demonstrate the effect of execution time using for loop, and appending the element at the end of the list. The last approach takes 125 milliseconds. With append, the execution time becomes slower by about 62%. As a conclusion, use zip function. And try to avoid using append in your code. The next optimization is function versus method. Function is a block of code that executes a specific task when it's called. Def marks the start of the function. The syntax for defining a function is shown below. In Python, a function inside the class is called a method. The syntax for a class with methods is given below. The detailed discussions about the class and the function are not included here. If you need to understand these concepts, please refer to other references. Let's proceed to testing and find out which is better to use, a function or a method. In your editor, define a function that returns a list of numbers. Then, create a class with a method that returns also a list of numbers. The purpose of the class list variable is to store the generated list after the method is being called. In this way, there is no repetition of calculation if the generated list will be reused. After writing from line 1 to 21, we can now test the function and the method using different value of elements on the list. This parameter is referred to as size in line 25. The value of the size is varied from 5,000, 50,000, 500,000, 5 million, 50 million, and the last is 100 million. Instead of using for loop with 10 iterations, the script is run 10 times for every size, and the execution time is recorded for both function and method. Note that for loop is not implemented in getting the average time, because the stored class list variable of the class can be retrieved relatively fast after the first iteration, without the need to repeat the calculation of getting a list of numbers. Unlike for function, every pass of the parameter to the function, the calculation is repeated for every loop iteration. Let's see the results from an actual test in tabular form. Based on the results, the execution time of using a function is slower than the method of the class. The execution time difference is between 24% and 33% with respect to the method. Moreover, the function gave a memory error for the list size of 100 million. Therefore, the method handles the memory efficiently. Next, switch statement as a replacement of multiple elifs. An if statement with multiple elifs takes a bit slow, because every elif block is checked until it's true. Switch statement is faster than multiple elifs, because it uses a key value pair in the search process of a particular test condition. In every search of test condition, it takes equal amount of time. The script shows the template class of switch statement for 5 different test conditions. After creating an object of the class, a switch dictionary is declared. The value pair of every key name in this dictionary point to the corresponding memory address of the method in the class. Then, the function is defined, which is to execute the class method. In this example, the key name is 2. After running the script, the output is condition 2 is executed. If you would like to have the Python files in this video, please visit www.eigenbase.com and send us a request.